got to ask, are we going to expect to see that in the games coming forward? Have you tried to ask Andy maybe you can do one or two of those?
I haven't yet. Maybe as the season goes along. But usually they happen best when they kind of happen naturally. And that's why I think when that left-handed pass happened in Denver a couple years back, it was kind of out of necessity. And so I just like to keep myself ready in case that does happen. I'm able to make that pass.
Patrick, what's the balance for you between feeling like you need to play in the preseason and now you're good, you're ready to go when the regular season starts?
Yeah, I mean, I like to get in there, and I like to get hit at like one time. So once you get hit one time, you kind of see what it is to get hit again as a quarterback. I feel like after that, you're good to go. But it'll be good to get in there with the new group of receivers that we have, all the running backs, and kind of show how we do it in the game. Because obviously we're doing it here at practice, but to show how we do it in the game before that first game against Arizona, who's a great opponent, I think will be good for us.
Patrick, what members of the draft class played their first NFL game? Just what do you remember about your first experience?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of nerves. You're getting in there, your mind's kind of racing. Obviously, the speed of the game has intensified, but also the playbook, so you're trying to think and play at the same time. And so what I do for them is I tell them to study as much as they can, then when they get to the game, just go out there and play. At the end of the day, if you go out there and play like you've done it your whole life, you're in this position for a reason, and you can let your talent show.
Patrick, you talk about the physical part of it, getting that one hit. How much of it, Andy Reid talked about getting the mental reps. How important is that, getting that going?
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, when you get into the game, it's different. No matter how hard you practice out here, to have the live bullets, live things going, have guys flying around to around your face, you can get hit as a quarterback. I think that's stuff that you have to make sure that you're ready to go. And so to be in the game, going through your reads and making the throws in the right spots, I think that's going to be big for everybody.
It seems like you and Juju are really clicking. Just what have you seen from him all camp and to this point heading into the game?
Yeah, he's a smart guy. He does a great job of kind of getting in and out of routes. He does a great job of tough physical catches. But he has a great understanding for the playbook already. And so as some of these new receivers get more and more accustomed to the playbook, you can see their talent show more and more. And I think we have a good group of guys that are smart and that have the physical ability to go out there and make plays.
Point for Saturday, just timing, just staying in rhythm, just let you kind of get a see of what it's going to be like in a game setting, or is there something more you're looking towards?
Yeah, no, it's definitely just getting in rhythm. It's getting in the game and seeing how the clock's running, and everything in the game kind of speeds up. It seems like the play clock's shorter. It seems like the plays are having to happen faster with the pass rush. And so everything speeds up. So for the guys to be able to think mentally, go out there and execute and show off their talent, I think it's going to be good to be in the game and kind of see how all these guys take that next step, and we kind of move on to get ourselves ready for the season.
Jared, but what tells you maybe Pacheco, hasn't had any regular season reps, obviously. What tells you maybe he could be a contributor for you guys this year?
Yeah, he's physically gifted. And he's a smart player who practices really hard. He's big, he's fast, and when you're big and fast and you're smart, usually good things happen. So it'll be good to see him have to show off his vision wherever we're tackling, making those cuts, and then getting vertical and showing off that speed. He has all the physical tools, and he's been mentally great at practice. So it'll be exciting to see him in the game where you get to go out there and make stuff happen.
How exciting to see Sky Moore? You've gotten a lot of rapport with him. You said you gained that trust. How has that trust continued on to training camp, and what do you expect to see out of him in Chicago?
Yeah, no, when you have a guy that's learning, not making the same mistakes, I'm a young guy at that. It's always a good thing to see. And like I said, it's when you get in the game, it's different. You have to make sure you're not making those mental mistakes as much as the physical ones. And so to see him kind of lock in, learn the playbook, and then go out there and execute on game day, it'll be something that can just keep building that trust for me.
You kind of mentioned what you say to rookies before they go into their first game. Do you remember anything that you maybe did before your first NFL game, maybe like a pregame ritual or maybe something mentally you told yourself to kind of give yourself through it and calm down?
Yeah, I think I still do the same stuff that I've done since my rookie year and since college, and even before that. I go through the same type of routine warming up. I prepare myself mentally by studying what I need to study before the game. And then when you get out there, you have to just go out there and play. And so that's the biggest thing for me is preparing myself before the game, being in that same routine so that when I get to game time, I can just be myself. And at the end of the day, if you're the best version of yourself, that's all you can ask for. That's all anybody can ask for. And so that's what I'm going to tell them is go out there and do whatever they can to give everything they have on every single play.
Hey guys, thanks, Patrick.
All right. As far as go, Zane Anderson has a shoulder sublux, we call it. So, but it's stable, so he's making progress there. Frank Clark was sick. Jennings, concussion, and then Lucas with the knee surgery. Everybody else practiced. It was good to get Jody some work back out there. We're ramping him kind of back up, so he was able to do the front part of practice. As far as the game goes, we'll go quarters for the quarterback. So we got 4 quarterbacks. Each one will get a quarter. And then their group will kind of follow along with that. Try to get the young guys the majority of the reps as we go and make sure they get enough work. All right, that time's yours.
Coach, Omar Bayless left practice early as well. Do you know what was wrong with him?
Yeah, Bayless. Let me tell you, Herbie, doggone it. Just his lower back tightened up. Yep. All right.
Coach, for a guy like Crum that doesn't get many reps, what are you expecting to see from him?
Yeah, so I want to see execution. I want to see how he controls the huddle and the offense, how he handles the bright lights, right? Although the lights won't be on, but just see how that goes with that.
Last year, the first year of the 3-game exhibition season, and I'm just wondering if anything you learned from that experience that you take into this year, or just anything, or just the way you pursue participation or anything like that?
Yeah. So I was good with the 3 games. I mean, we can still get our work done. There's a balance there. If you're letting the ones get a little bit of work, and the guys that are going to play in the game, and still have the competition at certain positions, and then most of all get the young guys a look. So that when we have to make these cuts, it's as hard as it can be on Brett and myself.
A lot of teams have been kind of slowing down and tempering down their starters playing. Do you ever feel like you ever want to change, or you're just going to keep going the way you are?
I'm not saying that it won't change. I mean, I'm never going to say never, but I think it's good to kind of get the juices going, get yourself out there, and even if it's a limited amount of plays, prepare yourself mentally to go play. And I think that's something you can get. I'm not saying it's wrong what the other people are doing. That's kind of where my comfort is with it.
Coach, you mentioned the cuts, and the first ones are coming up next week. What do you tell your players before you get to Chicago, what they need to do to impress y'all?
Yeah, don't count the numbers. Everybody's going to play. Everybody's going to have an opportunity to play. So when you have a chance to play. But don't start counting numbers. This guy's here, I'm on 3rd team, he's on 2nd. Don't do that. Just go play.
Can you tell from looking at him on practices and being in meetings who's going to step up and be great in games and who's going to fall back?
Well, you have an idea. You got to see. There's always somebody that surprises you, at least one person. So.
I know you don't game plan a lot for these games, but what would you deem success for Patrick in his quarter once he checks out of the game?
Yeah, just to kind of get back in the swing of things. And, execution we're always looking for, run and pass games. So, but they're doing the same thing, the Bears are. So we'll see how it all goes.
And what about guys like Dunlap and Rashad Fenton, who kind of got here late? You anticipate them playing either one of those?
I think they're in shape where they could do that. Yes, we'll just see how that goes. We haven't put together the rest of that play time with the other guys. I just gave the coaches the part I gave you.
A lot of things that go into when you guys make cuts and all that stuff. How much how you value the practice tape that you see in meeting rooms and all that stuff towards, like you said, someone may flash in a game. How do you get that balance on that value?
Yeah, listen, I mean, you do. I mean, the way we practice is fast, and we do that for a reason, and so we can evaluate. We evaluate every night with these guys for these guys, so they know exactly where they stand if they want to know, right? So, but we do that every night, and give them a grade. So it's good. I think this is part of it, though.
You mentioned an evaluation, but I noticed like on Tuesday, you're bringing in a guy like Danny Shelton, a former first-round pick. What are you hoping to get out of him with this much left of training camp and even the preseason games?
Yeah, I think we'll get a lot of him. He's a big guy. There'll be a lot of them here, right? He's a big kid. He's a gifted athlete. For as big as he is, he's a gifted athlete. He's had some real productive snaps. He was with the Giants last year, had productive snaps there. he and I probably could afford to lose a couple, and I think he'll do that as we go forward. So.
Coach, for a guy like Ronald Jones, veteran, that doesn't seem to be getting much time out here in training camp, what do you expect to see from him?
Yeah, some days he gets more than other days, and but he's taking advantage of the chances he's getting, working hard. So he'll have a chance to play. Yeah. We'll just see how he does.
Coach, how would you assess the team as y'all are heading into this first preseason game from what you see, not only this week but the whole camp?
Yeah, no, I like what I see. I mean, we're making progress. We're getting better every day. I like the way the defense is coming along. They've got the majority of the young guys on that group. I like the offense and the compete there with the new players and a couple of the young guys. I like that. I'm curious to see how the younger guys do in games. I've seen the older guys play before, but I want to see those younger guys see what they can do.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.